That's awesome.
Riddle's in charge, baby.
Welcome to Stupid Movies, where we watch them so you don't have to.
That's right. And this week we are joined by two very special friends of ours. Please.
Okay.
After you.
Okay. We got Ben and Greg from Neon Brainiacs.
We're from StoopidMovies. They're from Neon.
I know.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What did we watch with Neon Brainiacs?
And this week we hit on something that hits all four of our loves, and that is Jim Varney movies and 80s movies. And so we watched Dr. Otto and the Riddle of the Gloom Beam from 1985.
All right, and this is directed by my writing, guys. I'm sorry. John Cherry, and starred the third.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I did write that. Starring Jim Varney and Jackie Welch.
Him and Jim Varney were, obviously colleagues. They started, I believe Jim Cherry had an advertising company in Kentucky, I believe, or Tennessee. I can't remember. Somewhere down south, but those guys created the character of Ernest P. Worrell together. So,
Nice.
Yeah. So, and John Cherry ended up directing a lot of the Ernest movies as well. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how did I not know that?
Because you didn't read the book like we did.
That's true.
that's why you bring the Brainiacs on, baby.
Including I also decided to bring my only piece of Ernest ephemera, and I just checked the back, and he did film the classic Ernest Scared Stupid.
All right. Well, shoot.
You know what? I've listened to their show. They're much better at explaining movies than we are. So
This is very true. If you guys want to explain this one, by all
We'll
means.
try.
Yeah, Greg, go ahead.
Just great. Jim Varney plays like every character in the movie.
yeah.
And the main one being Dr. Otto von Schnick. Is that correct?
Schnip, ick.
Yes. Excuse me. His government name. And he basically just wants to go on a path of world domination, which includes taking down economic hub Cincinnati, Ohio.
And then, unfortunately, this guy, he shows up, but not for very long.
All right. So what did we like about this movie? Who wants to go first? Raise your hand.
I'll let them go first.
Okay.
Benjamin, please.
Jim Varney, I mean, he was just something else on screen. Even being in a movie like this that, obviously isn't on the better end of the spectrum for Jim Cherry or Jim Varney Pictures, he's still a delight to watch. He's really giving it his all in this, pardon my French, like piece of shit movie. He's trying really hard, and there's a certain delight in watching him do his thing and seeing some of the characters that would be, kind of show up in other Ernest films as well. And I also really liked like the dolty sort of hero of this film. He's so whole milk white toast with nothing on it, just like, exactly. And once again, we can't get away from Big Milk.
And I like and along with that, like the variety of like set pieces and locations like throughout. I thought that was kind of neat. And I like the home base. Kind of reminded me of like a Power Rangers episode.
It did, yeah.
Where's the pink Power Ranger? I want a banger.
I actually really liked the music in this. It had that really cool 80s techno pop sort of vibe that just listening to it, it was like, man, I'm getting pumped up for whatever's going to happen, even though it's not worth getting that pumped up over.
I loved the Dr. Otto costume because I don't know if it would be completely deliberate, but he looks so much like Screamin' Jay Hawkins.
He spends the whole movie with a hand on his head, and they never mention it and say anything about it. It's just there.
Yeah, he's always getting a hand job.
Oh.
And the fact that it's played by someone else and just never addressed is so strange, because literally it's just like moving around, there's just a guy behind him just like, okay, here, I'm doing the thing. I thought this was like strangely, it was shot kind of weird. It looked very like shot on video, like if this was like a tinge darker or had like a boob in it, this would have been a trauma film.
Some of my favorite moments seeing the younger Dr. Otto, especially at the science fair,
Yes.
and yeah, blowing up his parents and just being constantly annoyed by this just normal, Chad kind of guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who like he couldn't stand. Yeah, the science fair bit I thought was really good too.
Pork
What
around
was
the
the guy, like, he just wanted people to vote or something. That was like
Yeah.
like that cracked me up. The bit that cracked me up the most is probably the chickens when they're like the killer chickens are pecking at the what is it, like rope or something that's tied up one of these women that work with Dr. Otto.
Yeah.
That
tied
was
onto a door.
hilarious. Yeah. Like tied to like the chicken bit got me.
A lot of the stuff that I did like too that I thought was really funny was just the just ineptitude that came from Lance. Like when they find themselves at the like mercenary camp for boys, and they end up like in a bamboo cage, like up in a tree. He's like, this doesn't look like a phone booth. What?
Yeah, and I like in the chicken scene when he goes to get the girl off the door, he like rings the doorbell and then opens it.
Yeah.
One other thing that I thought was really cool was it didn't have a happy ending. Like all Ernest movies always have, he saves the day and it's a great happy ending. And this one was like the world basically ended.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Ernest is a bad guy for like a minute. That's really bizarre.
Well, shoot, is there anything else you guys liked about this? Or?
I mean, you can just see the sort of beginnings of a wonderful working relationship between John Cherry and Jim Varney. It's like you can tell this is sort of like the seedling that would become, the Ernest franchise, and for that alone, like it's worth a watch. It's interesting to see like where this collaboration kind of started.
So basically, what you're saying is this movie is the ball sack that held the Ernest sperm, right?
Precisely, yes. I couldn't have put it more eloquently than you.
Thank you. A lot of the jokes seemed outdated. I mean, obviously it's really old, but I don't know.
It's younger than us. Are you saying we're really old?
I don't know.
This is older than me, actually.
You're probably the oldest one here. So pacing-wise, I mean, it was decent pacing, but there's times where it kind of got a little slow and weird. Like for me, like pacing is huge for me. Like
Right.
I want to say I got bored. If I was watching this by myself, I probably would have gotten bored. But then again, this probably isn't something I probably would have watched on my own. So, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I was like, man, and I think the runtime was too long, like 97 minutes. Like I'd say, to me, if they would have cut probably 10, 15 minutes, I think it would have flowed a little better.
Well, and that's the difference between editing in the 80s and editing now too, because you watch a lot of those 80s movies are a lot slower than what we have come out now. So
do you guys know that? I mean, have you guys seen? Do you guys watch 80s movies at all?
I don't know I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've seen like two. Yeah.
Wait, Rob, is your hat? Is that the Elijah Wood movie, right?
No. Ben, are you taking a dump right now? Because you usually watch our show when you're shitting.
Thanks for blowing my secret, man.
How meta would it be, Ben, if you were taking a dump right now, and then when this came out, you were also taking a dump? Isn't that what Inception's about?
It is.
so, yeah.
Like you guys said, not enough Ernest. It's also really like kind of haphazardly edited as well. It's just like nothing really like, I don't know. They don't let anything really breathe. It just kind of like, it's so jarringly edited at times, like a lot of insert shots and like weird stuff. It's just like a little intense. And the biggest problem is it's marketed as an Ernest movie. He's like on the VHS. He's even in the picture on Amazon Prime, and it's not an Ernest movie.
It's a little misdirected. I think this probably would be one of the lower tiered Ernest movies, if you can consider. Like, if I'm going to watch something with Jim Varney, it's probably not going to be this, but I am glad I watched it. Yeah, definitely not enough Ernest. It's like a little all over the place, and I feel like it kind of exists in this weird, like, between like a kids movie and like something fucking weird, like shot on video, like, you know, David A. Pryor, like, you know, it's like exists between two very bizarre worlds.
We'll let you guys go first for final thoughts.
All right, so this is out of 8. I got to rate this thing out of 8. I'm used to 10 on my show. I'll go just middle of the road, 4. Like, don't love it, don't hate it. I'm glad it exists. It's neat. Like I said earlier, just kind of see the seedlings of this creative relationship between John Cherry and Jim Varney. So I'll go 4.
Yeah, I'm going 4 as well. You know, it's not terrible. It's not great. Not going to be my go-to Jim Varney, but like Ben said, glad it exists. Glad I saw it. Just kind of check it off the list and move on. 4 out of 8.
Yeah. I'm kind of right. I'm a little bit lower. I think that I'm going to go 3 out of 8, just because, like I said, you know, I think you guys are more fans of Ernest than I am. I like him, but I'm not as hardcore as you guys. So, you know, it's just kind of weird and too long. You know,
Yeah.
So I don't know. 3 out of 8 works for me.
That works. Well, I got to balance you out so that we come back to a 4 out of 8. I have the nostalgia thing going with it that no one else has. So taking off the nostalgia lenses, I can see, yeah, it's not a great movie, but there's a lot of really cool ideas there. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 8 so that we balance out to a 4 out of 8 when we're done. So
right.
Where can people check you guys out? I mean, we know because we listen to you every week, but they don't. Although they should, because we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, seriously, I told you guys before, and I mean it. I mean, you guys help me get through the weeks. I mean, I look forward to every Wednesday. So, you know, I mean it. You know, I'm not trying to be all stupid and shit, but seriously, I look forward to it, and especially lately.
Do you have an erection?
So maybe.
Oh,
You can basically find us anywhere you find podcasts. Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, basically anywhere you find podcasts. You can find us on social media at Neon Brainiacs on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Email us neonbrainiacs@gmail.com. We've got over nearly 160 episodes at this point. So if you got a favorite 80s horror movie, we've probably talked about it. And if we haven't yet, email us and tell us to do it. Demand it.
Yeah, heck yeah. I still say you got to do Killing Spree one of these days, man. Shot on video. Yeah,
I'm also going to shamelessly plug my film company, BPO Films. Check it out. We got a couple movies we're filming right now. We got some stuff coming out, but Slaughter Drive is out. You guys were one of the first people to review it, even before JoeBobBriggs.com reviewed it. So you guys were seriously one of the first people to review it, so I can't thank you guys enough. But it is streaming on Amazon Prime. You can get that hot Blu-ray if you want on Amazon.
don't stream it, just buy it.
Buy it.
It's worth it.
Appreciate it, but if you just want to stream it, that's, I mean, cool, but be a lot cooler if you bought it.
Check them out, listen to them. They're awesome. Check out the movies, check out BPO. I know you guys are working on some new stuff, so follow them on Instagram and all that, so do it. And you know, if you like us,
you know where to find us.
You know where to find us. Yeah, just do it. You
Yeah.
can email us at StoopidMovies@outlook.com, all that.
I'm trying to think of a good one. I don't really have.
Send Rob pictures of your 80s bush.
Bye, Ernest.
Whoa!
Bam.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. We really appreciate you guys letting us on your show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't discredit some of what you guys do after being on here.
No way.
Oh, actually, why don't we go ahead and plug that? If you want a good, easy entryway into Neon Brainiacs, we were on, what, 2 months ago? 3 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Go check out the
That's right.
episode we did with them, and then realize that every other episode they do is higher quality than that, and we were just bringing the level down.
And that was Evil Dead 2. So
Evil
look
Dead
it up.
2, yes.
You know what I mean?
Now Ernest is the one taking a dump.
He's done. Oh my God. I'm on some day.
Ernest, stop pooping, dude.